Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. So with Rockstar officially locking in that November 19th, 2026 release date for Grand Theft Auto 6, a massive global hardware buying frenzy has officially kicked off. Gamers everywhere are literally scrambling right now, wondering if their rigs are actually prepared for what's coming. Well, you're in the right place, because today we're going to break down exactly what you need to know to get ready.
Okay, let's dive into this, because right now there is a whole lot of widespread panic going around the gaming community. If you've been on any of the hardware forums lately, you have probably seen that absolutely terrifying rumor claiming GTA 6 will require some insane amount of storage space. It actually originated from a totally fake Xbox database leak, and it has people rushing out to buy giant drives they might not even need.
So, let's bust that myth right here, right now. According to highly credible July 2026 reports from sources like allthings.how and GTA Boom, the actual install size is going to sit somewhere between 150 and 200 gigabytes. Now, that massive size is largely due to completely uncompressed 4K textures and incredibly detailed audio files. Make no mistake, that is still absolutely huge, but honestly, it's a massive sigh of relief to know it's basically half of that rumored 350 gigabyte monster we were all dreading.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. First, we're covering the GTA 6 storage myth. 2. The power of direct storage technology. 3. Gen 4 versus Gen 5 speeds. 4. The best SSDs for Vice City. And finally, 5. Your pre-purchase checklist.
Section 1. The GTA 6 storage myth.
So why exactly is everyone so incredibly anxious about GTA 6's hardware demands? You know, it's really not just about the storage space, it's about a fundamental shift in how modern games are built. Think back to 2013 for a second. We were playing GTA 5 on spinning 7,200 RPM hard drives, just sitting there through those agonizing 2 to 3 minute load times. Then Microsoft announces direct storage in 2020, PCIe Gen 4 becomes the standard by 2022, and now here we are in 2026. GTA 6 is launching into this wild era of Gen 5 SSDs and instantaneous data streaming. It is just a massive evolutionary leap.
Section 2. Power of direct storage technology.
The real challenge with Rockstar's brand new Rage 9 engine is that we are entering an era where your NVMe storage isn't just some digital warehouse where your files sleep anymore. It is a mandatory processing component. Under the traditional Windows pipeline bottleneck, it's like a 4-step bureaucratic nightmare. Just imagine sitting in gridlock rush hour traffic in downtown Vice City. When an older game needs a texture, the data gets read from the SSD, transferred to the system RAM, sent all the way to the CPU to be decompressed, and then finally transferred to your graphics card's VRAM. It's clunky, it's inefficient, and for a game as dense as GTA 6, it's simply unworkable.
Enter the new 2-step VIP Express Lane. Direct storage completely rewrites the rulebook. The data bypasses the CPU entirely and goes straight from the SSD directly to the GPU, where the graphics card handles the decompression all by itself. This is huge because it frees up your CPU to focus on what really matters, like making sure the thousands of NPCI characters wandering around Vice City actually behave realistically, instead of just wasting power unzipping texture files.
I think Tom's Hardware said it best in one of their recent tests. They wrote, GTA 6 will be the first AAA game that turns storage architecture from an upgrade into a requirement. And they hit the nail on the head. The Vice City map is rumored to be nearly double the size of GTA 5. Without direct storage and a really fast NVMe drive constantly streaming those high-resolution assets seamlessly in the background, you'd suffer from game-breaking texture pop-ins. I mean, entire buildings would literally just appear right in front of your windshield while you're driving down the highway. No thanks.
Section 3. Gen 4 versus Gen 5 speeds.
Let's pivot to, frankly, the absolute biggest hardware debate of 2026. Do gamers actually need to shell out premium cash to upgrade to PCI 5.0? Well, the trade-offs are pretty wild. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the extreme jump in both heat and price. Yes, Gen 5 offers a staggering raw speed of up to 14,000 megabytes per second, which nearly doubles the 7,500 megabytes per second of Gen 4. But look at the temperatures. They can hit up to 90 degrees Celsius without a massive heatsink. And the price? You are paying nearly double, upwards of $450 for a 2 terabyte drive. And here is the surprising reality check for you. 2 to 3 seconds. That's it. In real-world current gaming scenarios, even in titles that fully utilize direct storage, paying double for that blazing fast Gen 5 drive currently only saves you a few measly seconds of load time over a solid Gen 4 drive.
For the vast majority of us right now, Gen 4 is going to be more than enough to handle whatever Vice City throws at it.
Section 4. Best SSDs for Vice City.
So let's shift into the problem-solving phase. After rigorously testing over 15 models across different environments, we've got our definitive 2026 SSD recommendations to get your rig perfectly optimized for the neon streets of Vice City. First up is our budget champion, the Lexar NM790. Honestly, this drive is an absolute engineering marvel. It is built without a separate DRAM chip, which usually acts like a high-speed notepad for the drive to track where files are stored, but instead it uses HMB, or host memory buffer technology. This means it cleverly borrows a tiny slice of your system RAM to match flagship speeds of 7,400 megabytes per second at just a fraction of the cost. At roughly 2 cents per megabyte per second, it delivers top-tier performance for 30 to 40% cheaper than the big names. It's a real game changer. Let's move over to the flagship contenders, because clarifying the difference between buying a Gen 4 2026 sweet spot versus a Gen 5 2030 investment is vital here. If you want the Gen 4 Kings, the Samsung 990 Pro offers the highest random IOPS on the market, meaning it is just incredibly fast at juggling millions of tiny game files all at once. Meanwhile, the WD Black SN850X provides the absolute best gaming value with its massive SLC cache, which basically gives you a huge VIP buffer for sustained high-speed downloads. But hey, if you want to completely future-proof yourself until 2030, the Gen 5 WD Black SN8100 is a literal record breaker at 14,900 megabytes per second. And for you AMD Ryzen 7000 users out there, the crucial T705 is going to be your smartest Gen 5 choice.
Oh, and a very quick shout out to the laptop and handheld gamers tuning in. If you're planning to run this game on a portable system, the WD Black SN7100 is going to be your ultimate savior. It is highly power efficient and totally solves a portable gamer's two biggest enemies, heat and battery drain. In our tests, it runs an incredible 20 degrees cooler than its direct competitors.
Section 5. Your pre-purchase checklist.
So, the crucial point is, November 19th is a hard deadline. To ensure you don't make a really costly mistake before the game drops, you'll want to run through this strict, rapid-fire checklist of hardware requirements. First, check your motherboard. You need to know if you can even support Gen 4 or Gen 5. Second, secure at least 250 gigabytes of free space so you're good for the game and future updates. Third, try to target a 2 terabyte capacity. That's really the current sweet spot. Fourth, if you do buy Gen 5, ensure you have an aftermarket heatsink, or I promise you, your drive will throttle hard under the heat. And finally, avoid those cheaper QLC NAND drives. Stick to TLC memory, all right? QLC drives slow down dramatically under heavy, sustained gaming workloads, which is exactly what Vice City is going to throw at it.
I'll leave you guys with this final thought. Right now, SSD prices are down about 25% from last year. But history tells us they are absolutely guaranteed to spike as we get closer to November 19th. So what's your play? Will you secure that highly efficient Gen 4 sweet spot today, or are you going to wait, risk the price hike, and pay a massive premium to future-proof with Gen 5? The choice is entirely yours, but the clock is ticking. Go check your PC specs right now, and let's get ready for Vice City. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I'll catch you next time.